Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Gadgets and Gizmos on Headlines Today. This is a show where we tell you the latest from the world of technology. The gadgets to have, the gizmos to admire, and the ones just to ignore. Geeky conversations and then some more. But all that in a minute. First, let's tell you the lineup for this episode. The good, bad and the ugly of iOS 7. Is GTA 5 the best game of 2013? Is the new Sony Experia Z1 worth the money? First up is some gaming action on the show. The most awaited game has finally arrived. Yes, you guessed it right. We are talking about the Grand Theft Auto 5. We played the game with Shivaru and here's what we thought about GTA 5.
Okay, so Sid, I suggest this is how we do this. We conduct the drug pickup at Pillbox South.
Okay.
Oh, my bad, Mr. Gold Card. Courtesy of 100 beat, got my tricks and essays all reach.
We avoid the Olympic freeway completely because you remember what happened there last time. And the cops are also there.
Just hold on.
And then we head further south, all the way down, until that place where we had that tank. Try and get into that tank, and then we'll head to the airport where the planes actually will be.
I think you need a new therapist.
Shiv, by the way. Hi guys.
I'm so sorry. I think you've caught us in the middle of what you're going to probably find anyone who's doing what Sid and I are doing this morning actually doing. We're in the world of Grand Theft Auto 5, and believe me, when you watch this review, you're going to run out and get your own copy. This is Grand Theft Auto 5.
A lot of friends. I mean, things could get really messy.
Okay, so we got the copy of the new Grand Theft Auto 5 last week, and since then Shiv and me have been just on this game. We've been playing this like what?
I don't think there's been a minute when we haven't been either talking about it or playing it.
So Shiv, what did you feel was different than the previous 4 versions that we've seen?
You know, I've actually spent the last 1 week trying to decide what is different about this game, and people have been asking me about it, and as someone who's played every single Grand Theft Auto game so far, I can tell you, Sid, this is a whole new game. It's a whole new world. There is virtually nothing similar apart from the name. It takes the world of open world, of sandbox style gameplay to a completely new level. People like you and me have been, complaining and, making a fuss about how long these, Rockstar's taken to make this game. They've taken 5 years.
5 years, man.
Completely worth it. If they'd taken 5 more years and given us the same game, I'd be totally cool with it. It's not like they've, just put out another GTA 5. Everything, the amount of thought that's gone into this one single game, 3 different characters. For the first time, it's not just restricted to 1 character. There are 3 different characters, which means you can actually play the entire GTA 5 3 times with a completely different plot line, completely different missions. The atmospherics are different.
But it's kind of a 101 in how to become a gangster.
Yeah,
it's a complete book altogether.
Look, Rockstar has never made bones about that. They've said, look, we're not here to make you good guys. This is not edutainment. GTA is about being a complete gangster. It's about earning respect, making your bones, being a bad guy in a city, and that's what this is all about. I mean, let's be frank. They've never been hypocritical about that. I think the mission complexity is absolutely mind-blowing. It's not like, San Andreas had amazing, the world was blown away when San Andreas, introduced that level of complexity in terms of interpersonal relationships between characters and the, complexity of those missions. GTA 4 blew people away. GTA 5 will make you completely dumbstruck. In terms of mission complexity, how the smallest things you do in a mission can change the entire face of what you do next. Is something that's mind-blowing, which is why people will be completely immersed in the game when they play.
So what Shiv means to say is that if you are a PS3 lover, if you're an Xbox lover, if you are a PC gamer, this game is a must.
Absolutely.
Is a must on your...
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. So Shiv, final rating on the game, how much do you give it?
You know, I'm a generous kind of guy, so out of 5, I'd probably have to give it 5 because I haven't seen anything wrong with the game so far.
Okay, so Shiv's rating on the new GTA 5 by Rockstar is 5 out of 5 stars, and definitely this is the game to go for in 2013. Trust me guys, the background score and the sound effects are one of the best till date on any GTA. Moving on, Sony recently came up with the new Sony Experia Z1. Sony's attempt to make the old Sony Experia Z look better. And yes, it is. But before I take you into the details of this beautiful phone, let's have a look at its specs first. Sony Experia Z1 sports a 5-inch TFT capacitive touchscreen display up front, loaded with triluminous display and Sony's X-Reality engine. Xperia Z1 is powered by a 2.2 GHz quad-core processor with 2 GB of RAM and runs on Android 4.2 Jelly Bean operating system. At the back, the phone features a 20.7 megapixel camera capable of shooting 1080p HD videos. It also has a front-facing 2 megapixel camera for video calling. The internal memory on the phone is 16 GB and there's also present a non-removable lithium-ion 3000 mAh battery. For connectivity, you get Bluetooth 4.0, Wi-Fi, 3G and even NFC support. And yes, it is dust resistant and waterproof as well. The price on the new Sony Experia Z1 is Rs 44,990. So those were the specs of the all-new Sony Experia Z1. And to tell you if the Z1 crosses the benchmark for us, I have with me Nidhi Singhal, Assistant Editor, Gadgets and Gizmos magazine. So Nidhi, does the second attempt by Sony in making the old Xperia Z better work? Your thoughts?
Sony is trying really hard to capture the lost market share. The Xperia Z was really a beautiful device, but now they have actually enhanced it further with the Z1. It has got a straight line design and is really comfortable to hold. Even I can type it using a single hand. The Xperia Z had a 13 megapixel camera, but now we have got a 20.7 megapixel one in the Xperia Z1. But that said, it doesn't mean it's an ultimate camera phone. The images captured by this phone were really good, but not impressive. I actually used it on the superior auto mode. What it does is, it detects the surrounding while using the camera. So in case of a dark place, it will switch to the night mode. If somebody is moving around, it will move to the action mode. So it actually switches the mode. And this works in the video too. Above all, there's a dedicated camera key, which is usually very handy when you are capturing videos or shooting an image. You don't have to touch the screen again and again to focus or to do anything. You just hit the key, keep your hand steady, and it will do the job for you. The Xperia Z1 is powered by the latest Qualcomm processor, and that's it. It is a superb device, be it browsing, be it capturing videos, shooting images, watching HD videos, or playing heavy graphic games. Everything is just superb in this phone. Design is not really new. We have seen it with the Xperia Z, Xperia Z Ultra, and now with the Z1. But one thing I appreciate is that with 40,000 rupees at stake, Sony is making your phones waterproof and dust resistant. And now they have even offered a 6-month extended warranty for accidental damage on the Z1. That makes it a really value for money device. I'll give it 4 stars out of 5. If you are one who loves walking out in rain, keeps on dropping your phone, and loves camera, and can survive with Android, then this is the phone for you.
Thanks Nidhi, Sony Experia Z1 is definitely the value for money Android smartphone to go for in the market right now. Now, isn't sound the most important part of your cinematic experience? Realizing that, Dolby recently has taken cinematic sound to another level. Sakhi Deshpande tells us all about that.
3D, the audiences have simply been hooked to the cinematic experience it has provided so far. Visuals that just take your breath away. Well, if innovation is the name of the game in filmmaking, audio is also set to blow your mind.
Dolby is here with their new Dolby Atmos technology, introducing it to the world of cinema, one which has been embraced by almost all major Hollywood studios, 6 Academy Award-winning directors and 10 Academy-winning sound mixers.
A very different kind of format, an immersive, almost a 3D-like sound format that is really the next generation beyond channel-based sound formats.
The new technology uses an innovative layered approach to building a soundtrack, providing sound experts the creative freedom to easily place or move specific sounds anywhere in the movie theater, not just at the places with the speakers. The overhead speakers add the most realistic effects you have ever heard, heightening the realism and impact of every scene.
I think innovation in filmmaking often has to do with innovation in technology. And we're bringing new technology to marketplace in the form of Dolby Atmos that really is not an evolution of sound formats, but really a revolution of sound formats. So it really goes much beyond channel-based sound formats to what we call object-oriented sound, where you can actually place sound anywhere in the theater, not just where there's a speaker. So the ability to have sound go all around you, to be completely immersive, is the thing that will really draw moviegoers into the movie and into the stories that directors want to tell.
The sounds to move around the theater to creating dynamic effects, reproducing a natural and lifelike audio experience that perfectly matches the story. Introduced in 2012, the technology will soon be available at a cinema hall near you.
From Life of Pi to Shivaji, movies have consumed the Dolby Atmos technology to bring to the viewer exactly what the filmmaker imagined, a lifelike sound experience. 50 screens across India are to be installed with this technology already. Well, clearly the company has big plans, and sound from the movies shall never be the same.
It's time now to enter into the fast lane with our speed review of the new Gizmos eLife E5 on Tech on the Go. Gizmos seems to be on the money when it comes to making high-quality smartphones. The eLife E5 is an ultra-slim unibody design that houses a fantastic-looking 4.8-inch Super AMOLED display with a matte finish back panel. This is not a dual SIM phone, but you get an internal memory of 16 GB, and the E5 is powered by a 1.5 GHz MediaTek quad-core processor with 1 GB of RAM. The battery life on the Gizmos eLife E5 easily lasts for almost 1.5 days. Primary camera on the E5 is an 8-megapixel camera that does 1080p HD videos and churns out decent low light results. The front-facing camera is a 5-megapixel camera that also records HD video. The price on the Gizmos eLife E5 is Rs 19,999, and this one surely is a winner for us on GNG, with the only con being the lack of expandable memory and limited market availability. Time for me to take a tiny break on the show. But don't go anywhere, because there's a lot more action coming your way on the other side. Welcome back. You're watching the Gadgets and Gizmos show on Headlines Today. Now that we are still waiting for the new iPhones to hit the Indian shores, there was some consolation for Apple fans in the form of iOS 7. People have mixed reactions on the new operating system by Apple. We thought let's take a look at the good, bad and the ugly of this brand new Apple operating system.
While Apple's iPhone 5C and iPhone 5S are certainly things of beauty, what is truly making a lot of news is the new iOS 7. And here is the good, bad and the ugly of this new OS. Everything is new with the upgrade, from colors and font to how it feels as you swipe through pages and open apps. It's cleaner and sleeker. Apple's new control center makes life so much easier as it serves as a hub for everything you would want to access quickly, whether it is switching to airplane mode or turning on Wi-Fi. Subtle animations make the new iOS look even better. Spotlight now can be accessed from any screen, while photo and camera apps have been tweaked. You can also squeeze an unlimited number of apps into any folder. The folders also come with multiple pages within. And finally, Apple added a variety of new ringtones, and some are actually pretty good. There have been some complaints about the new iOS. Some say that the new OS looks as if a 6-year-old kid designed it with a set of crayons. But that's just at the surface level. There are some kinks on the new iOS 7. For starters, the user interface has completely gone flat, so apps look a lot less like actual buttons. The new operating system is also more gesture-focused, and it's fun taking advantage of some features, but there are many animated movements that are disorienting, to put it mildly. And the parallax effect on the background may just induce vertigo. The navigation on this operating system is far less intuitive than the previous versions. The new keyboard too has some challenges with its basic functionality. One might be confused between capitalizing a word or pressing the shift key. Typing can sure be a pain. Be prepared for a low battery performance with the new iOS 7. You might not have enough to last you even half a day. And if you're using old generation iPhone 4S and iPhone 4, be ready to be on a lookout for charging station constantly. And finally, the ugliest part is that aftermarket chargers are not compatible with the iOS 7. So you've got to shell out more money for the original Apple charger.
This is not all that's happening in the world of gadgets and gizmos. We've gathered for you all the latest tech news from around the world in bitrate. Technology is ever evolving, and this week was buzzing with new shiny gadget launches to make you spoil for choice. First up making news was Apple. They plan to cash in on the festive season in India. If reports are to be believed, Reliance Communications and Bharti Airtel are to offer iPhone 5S and 5C on 1st November at an obscene price tag of Rs 54,000 for the 5S and Rs 42,000 for the 5C. Airtel has reportedly started pre-booking for the new handset, although the official website still says that both models will be coming soon. iPhone 5C is positioned by Apple as a budget smartphone, but at a price tag of Rs 42,000, it doesn't sound cheap at all. Moving on, some good news for all you Angry Birds fan. The new Angry Bird game is coming soon on a smart device near you on 11th December. Rovio released the trailer of the new Angry Birds Go recently. Recently, Rovio released its latest Pig and Bird offering, Angry Birds Star Wars 2, on iOS and Android devices. And with the new version up for grabs, they are all set to take this epic game to another level. Next making news was BlackBerry. After their failed attempt to launch the cross-platform BBM on iOS and Android, the company says it's still committed to getting the BBM experience across users, but hasn't still set a time frame for it.
The crossover app had been picked up by a few lucky users in New Zealand, Australia and India, but the mass launch had to be stopped when a leaked Android APK managed to throw a wrench in the company's server banks. And finally, last making news was Google. They launched the much-awaited Chromebook in India. With the launch of the new Acer C720 Chromebook and the HP Chromebook 14. Google is offering 100 GB of free Google Drive storage for 2 years with the Acer and the HP models. Acer C720 Chromebook is priced at Rs 22,990, while the HP Chromebook 14 is at a price tag of Rs 26,990 and will be available at select Reliance Digital and Chroma stores in Delhi and Mumbai, and is also available for pre-order at Flipkart.
Next up, we have a very special someone who can make any geek feel weak in his knees. Who is she? Find out.
Challenge when it comes to technology. 2 challenges. iPhone.
Always an iPhone?
No, I was using a baby, but my baby was not doing well with me at that time, so I switched to an iPhone. Twitter, not on Facebook. App.
Yes.
Zomato. I don't know what it would do. I mean, what can you do after app?
I don't know, send messages to Alia Bhatt or know more about her.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a bit strange. I don't know. I don't think so.
Alright then, time for me to say goodbye on this edition of Gadgets and Gizmos. Tweet us your comments, suggestions or follow us at HTGNG Show. Or you can also email us at helpg@intoday.com. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Thanks for watching Gadgets and Gizmos show with me, Siddharth Sharma. And for all the news and updates, stay tuned to Headlines Today.